became interested in buffel grass removal when a speaker came to our classroom from the Southern Arizona Buffel Grass Coordination Center. From their talk, we began to wonder what buffel grass was and why there was such a concentrated effort to remove it. Over the course of a month, we rose with the Tucson sun and ventured across the city to work with a group of unsung heroes. These heroes are an eclectic group of individuals banded together to fight a silent sickness invading our desert. This is a real danger to not only native ecosystems, but to our community's safety as well. Because it can outcompete for resources, it grows prolifically even in dry years when there is a greater danger of wildfires. This makes buffel grass an extreme fire danger. The Foothills Homeowners Association explained to their members in the newsletters that the grass burns at close to 1,800 degrees Celsius, or nearly 32,000 degrees Fahrenheit. On top of that, it burns very, very easily, covering the space of a football field in close to 3 seconds. Buffel grass is extremely dangerous and needs to be eradicated for the safety of humans as well as the health of the desert.
From the foothills in the north to the airport in the south, and from the Recons in the east to the Tucson Mountains in the west, buffel grass is everywhere, and so are the groups we volunteered with. One of the most intriguing things about volunteering with the groups was the strong sense of community within them. We saw volunteers at multiple pools, and they were always extremely welcoming. We pulled buffel grass using rock picks and digging bars, prying the plant from the roots. After that, we either bagged the plants or threw them into large piles to dry out. Volunteer organizers kept commenting on how wonderful it was that so many young people had come to their event, and we realized they desperately need volunteers. The younger, the better. The hardest part about getting volunteers is informing people where the pools are going to be. Since almost everyone of our generation is connected to a social media site, it would be beneficial for the Southern Buffel Grass Coordination Center to expand their use of social media by using one-line tweets or posts. That way, the pools will show up on the news feeds of everyone who follows their organization. This would quickly inform lots of people rather than making people seek out the information on their own. Additionally, reaching out to young people would foster a lifelong dedication to the cause. At one pool, a biology teacher brought a student from the high school club she ran. The participant for this trip admitted that most students her age did not want to come pull weeds, but she thought it was fun and might even come again. We also found that not a lot of the groups had tools for large groups. This is a serious detriment to the eradication effort. To improve the program, it would be beneficial to get grants for more tools, that way volunteers would have a means of participating.
We were left with one question: why even bother? Even with all the hours of pulling, there were still hundreds of plants, and each plant has thousands of seeds, and the plants are across thousands of acres of land. It seems like an uphill battle with no end. One volunteer expressed this concern to us exactly. He talked about how when he hiked in the remote canyons of the Catalinas, he would see buffel grass and feel that all his efforts were futile. When I asked him why he kept coming to the polls, he said it was because it is our responsibility. This is our desert and our home, and we are accountable for the good or the bad that befalls it. And it does make a difference. Take a drive down Skyline, and you will see the mile of cleared roadside with recovering vegetation. Walk the trails in the Tucson Mountains, and there will be piles of wilting grass drying out from the efforts of weekly volunteers. We have made a difference, and we will continue making a difference, keeping our community safe and protecting the desert from the sickness we introduced. The only way to fix such a large problem is to have an equally large amount of volunteers. So join us and fight to save your home and your desert.